poem. The first lesson. The first lesson is a poem. The poem name is As I Grew Older. As I Grew Older. It's a poem written by Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes. So the spelling of Langston Hughes, Langston. So everybody has to know the spelling of Langston Hughes because of you can write in the examination. Okay, right. See here, as I grew older, Langston Hughes. So this poem seems to be like a normal poem, but in this poem we can see the internal meaning. Okay, see here, as I grew older. What is the meaning of as I grew older? As I grew older meaning is nothing but to become an older, and has lived many years, to become an older. But still one thing, so as they become an older, but still one thing hasn't completed in their life. So what is that? Okay, what is that? We have to know that. See here, as I grew older, written by Langston Hughes. And first of all, we have to know about the poet. Who is the poet here? Langston Hughes. Okay. So, what is the meaning of as I grew older? To become an older, having lived more years, many years, but still one thing didn't achieve, didn't complete it. So, what is that? So, everything we have to know in this poem. Okay. First of all, before we are going to the lesson, first we have to know about the author, about the poet. Okay. So, see here some important points here. See here, Langston Hughes was born in 1902. He was born in 1902 and he was died in 1967. He was passed away in 1967. Okay. And next, he was a leading writer and thinker of Harlem Renaissance. Harlem Renaissance is one of the movement. It's a literature movement. Okay. So Harlem is a place. It's a place name. So he was leading writer, especially Harlem Renaissance. Renaissance means it's one of the literature movement. Where is the place? Harlem. So in the place, in this Renaissance movement, he was a leading writer. And also he was best thinker of Harlem Renaissance movement. It's an African American artistic movement. So what kind of movement is this? It's an African and American artistic movement in 1920s. And the main aim is Harlem Renaissance movement. So that celebrated of African and American life and culture. Especially the movement aim is African American life and culture. Especially celebrated African American life and culture. Okay. And Langston Hughes, he started writing at young age. And rose fame. He got good fame in young age, and with his poetry and collection of the weary blues. So the first book of Langston Hughes, the book name is The Weary Blues. So in this book we can see number of poems, collection of poems. Okay, so this The Weary Blues published in 1926, and fine class to the Jews. This both. So these two stories brings to the good fame for Langston Hughes. Okay, so the Fine Class of Jews published in 1927. The Weary Blues is published in 1926. Okay, and early inventor of George poetry, one kind of rhythmic poetry. Okay, so he is an inventor of George poetry. And next, Hughes condemned and racism. Especially in this poem, we can see discrimination, racism, and untouchability. So untouchability we can see in our Indian culture. Okay, So see here, who's condemned racism and promoted equality. So he condemned racism and discrimination, and he always fight for equal rights for African people in American country. Okay, and celebrated of African life. Okay, so he is an African poet. He has been living in America so many years. So he fought for African rights in American among the American peoples, American government, and culture and spirituality. Okay, culture and spirituality through his poetry, novels, plays, and essays. So in his works, especially culture and spirituality. So we can see both words, culture and spirituality through his poetry. You can see his poetry, from his poetry and novels and plays and essays. So you can see the culture and spirituality. Especially he fought for the African rights, African people rights in American country. So we can see American country. So two kinds of people are there. Some people are black, some people are white. So black people are migrated people from African country to America. Okay, and they have been facing so many problems. So they don't have equal rights, they don't have a culture, they don't have a normal life, they don't have a they don't have a normal way of life, they don't have a normal school life, they don't have normal salaries and normal jobs. So they are facing so many problems in American country. So that Langston Hughes supported African people, and he fought for the rights of African people. Okay, so in this poem we can see two words, discrimination and racism. Okay, so the same problem in Indian country. So many years we can see the last 20 years back we can see in India untouchability. So our P.R. Ambedkar fought for the Dalit. So he led for the Dalit movement. Okay, so next we are going to the poem. So what is the poem? As I grew older. Okay.